In this video, I will show you how to install a cabinet door pull the simple, easy way, and every single one of them will be at the same height. Tools needed in the making of this video: cabinet door pulls. Got a couple of 6-packs of Liberty pulls from Home Depot. They look like this. They come with screws that go on the back side. You'll need a drill bit that is approximately just slightly bigger than the diameter of this screw. This time I used an 11/64. Need 2 clamps. These are really small Irwin squeeze grip clamps. You use them by squeezing this and it pulls them in, or you push this and it releases it. Using an impact drill. This is a Phillips screw bit that will get used later. I took a ruler and I cut it down, so it would fit within the width of the cabinets. So what I'm going to do is I measured, and using the tape measure, you have to pay attention. Each tape measure has a little bit of play on this end, so I'm going to keep it pushed in, and when I measure it from this inside edge here, there's 2 1/4 inches. So half of 2 1/4 is 1 1/8. These cabinets have been sanded to get painted. This inside edge on the cabinets is not square anymore because it's been sanded. This edge has never been sanded, so it is perfectly square on every single cabinet door. We're going to use this for where we start our measurement from, and not this, so they match. If we measured from here, it'll end up not being centered and a little bit off on some doors. And you can see it because the gaps on the doors are not the exact same all the way up. In a future video, I will adjust the door hinge gaps and show you how to do that, so all of them match across the kitchen. So the first thing's going to happen is I marked 2 1/4, so that's where I'm going to put this ruler up against this edge. I marked my 1 1/8 for the center mark. I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to use this as my guide for how high I want it. Now I'm going to hold this up here, and I have 1 clamp ready. Okay. Now I'm going to clamp one side by squeezing it. And these won't get extremely tight because they're not very big, but they will hold it in place for what we need to do. Now if you feel like you're a little bit off, really easy just to grab it, move it up a little bit. And this one's going to be squeezed down pretty close to where we're going to drill. Okay. Now we're going to take the drill. This pulls in and out to release it. And we used a drill bit that has this kind of a fitting on the back, so it just easily snaps in. The impact is a lot easier to control than the drill as far as how deep and when it stops. So now I'm going to level the drill, eyeballed level. I'm looking down it and to the side to make sure it is level up and down, and we'll slowly turn. Now if we're worried about it starting in the right spot, you can give the back of the drill a little bit of a bump. I'll drill straight in and straight back out. Don't go in and out, or move it in circles because you'll make this hole bigger. Also, one reason for using these clamps is they have a plastic edge on them that's not going to mar up the paint or what we're putting on it. I didn't want to put paint on here or tape on here to mark this because I want something that's easily to move from cabinet door to cabinet door, and tape might take off the paint since these haven't been painted for that long. Now to release these clamps, you just squeeze the front and pull out a little bit. Now we have 1 cabinet door pull. We're going to put this screw through from the back side. Pretty simply just screw it on. And one thing you will notice, to set these down, I'm going to use the drill bit, or the drill with the Phillips end in it. This has a little bit of a nub, and this nub is going to set in there and keep it from turning. So I'm going to get it right where I want it. Finished product looks like that. To release this drill bit, I'm going to pull out. I'm going to push this one in there, and then impact will click. should be tight enough to make this thing, I can barely turn it, and that's the finished product. Now we're going to do the rest of them as we go along here. That one, the rest of those. And then in the future video I will square up the doors to where all the gaps are the same. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll keep putting more videos up about different household projects and quick, easy, simple ways to get them done to where they look good every single time. And if you want a link to buy the squeeze clamps, the drill, tape measure pulls, things like that, I'll start having links in the bottom of my videos so you can easily go get the same things that I used.